KPI? Key performance indicators. All good, Josh? Good. So when we are in sales, or let's say when we are in corporate, when we make analysis of a market, it's important for us to focus on few things. The first one is, okay, what is my sales result for this market? Classic one. Following that, I will make an analysis of my sales force. How many active brand partners do I have? This is really important. From those active brand partners, my goal will be to see how many sponsors do I have. Builders. Then I will check the sponsor activity. How many people in average my sponsor are sponsoring per month, okay? Sponsor ratio. And then another topic which is important is the productivity per partner, okay? What is the frequency of order? What is the average order value? That means that we are talking about retention. Retention, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the key as well in our industry, because it's about activity, it's about duplication, and it's not easy all the time, let's say, to find the right model or the right approach for your network to keep active. And for this, we will have an important topic which will be done by our presidential two-star, Staci Olvega. Stage is yours.
I'm up here again, yay! Are you guys having fun yet?
Yes!
Come on, you gotta have fun. It's Saturday. I'm excited about this part. I mean, I'm always excited about every part, but I'm really excited about this part because I love talking about leadership. And I love talking about how to retain people. How many of you brought people in, customers, brand partners, and then they fell off the face of the earth? We all have, right? How many of you brought people in and they're like your best friend now? They're your sidekick, right? One of mine just texted me, Laura Balzer. She's out in Montana wintering for some reason. We live in Florida. I don't know why she's wintering in Montana. But she texted me, how's it going? How's it going? I'm having FOMO. You guys that were here 2 years ago, Laura is in the upline. Some of you guys that are here right now, you're in her downline. And so it's fun when you can lock arms with someone and build a business with them. Lock arms with hundreds of people, thousands of people, and build business with them. So how to keep your people active and engaged and growing is what we're going to talk about now. So people don't leave the business, they leave leadership, or lack thereof, would you say? How many of you have been in other companies before where you're like, and I'm out. Don't want to work with this person. Or maybe you've been in the company and you decided to stay, but yet no connection to your upline. I know I have. I was in 2 companies before LifeWave, and the person that personally enrolled me was not someone that I was really interested in working with. It happens. You know about that, right? So retention isn't about sending more messages or putting more pressure on people. It's about that word trust again. Being trustworthy. It's about a relationship and being clear about that relationship. And again, that nervous system regulation, right? That safe feeling that you have with people. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? When April called me and said, I've got something you have to get this on your family. Okay, give me the link, I'll buy it. Totally trusted her, completely safe. Felt normal. Yep, I'm in. Didn't know it was what I bought the day before, but I'm so glad I did. So here's a little fun for you guys. There's a lot of fun sprinkled through here. So we know that recruitment creates momentum. Hello, 25 new brand partners today. Congratulations, you guys. Give yourself a round of applause. That's amazing. And we know that retention creates stability. So without retention, we know people burn out and teams start to split. But with it, we can see that growth compounds and confidence builds. That picture was last year. Did we not have fun? We had fun, didn't we? We had a great time here. That was, I think, September's picture. That was September, right? But leadership starts to multiply. How many people that are in this picture now have more brand partners in their team? How many of you have more brand partners in your team than you did a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, 6 months ago, right? That's because you're creating that retention through your leadership. That's Laura there in the middle. Mariola, look at your face, right? Exactly, that was 2 years ago. That was the first one here. It was. But people don't go inactive because they failed. They go inactive because they felt unseen, unheard. They feel overwhelmed, and they don't feel like they mattered. So confusion is the enemy of retention. So clarity is the best friend here. Clear about their goals. You have yours, but that doesn't mean it matches what theirs are. So being clear about each other's goals, knowing where you are and not imposing your goals on someone else. I know what my dreams and goals are. I know what my plan is. My job is not to go to my downline and say, this is what I want to accomplish. Do this so I get this. It flips. And I say, I know what mine are, but what are yours? What are yours? What are yours? And I'm going to meet you where you are. Just like Chris said, not everybody wants to be a 3-star presidential. Why, I don't know. That's beyond me. It's okay though. No judgment, right? And no shame on people. If your goal is just to make $100 a week, let's go. We can do that and go for coffee. We can definitely do that. I'm going to meet you where you are. And that's how you're going to help create the leadership and the retention. Look how fun this is. Look at that. That was last year too. This is really in this room. Okay? Yeah, get your glasses on. I only pulled pictures for this one of people that were here. So the leadership role in retention is not to chase or convince or rescue people. Let me hit on this one for a second. We are not here to save the world. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Who's your next best friend? Who's your next business partner? Who wants to lock arms with you? If they don't, that's okay. That's where they are. Maybe their goals will change down the road, but your goal is to find people that do want to lock arms with you that have that same vision. You're not trying to save the world. You're trying to impact one person's life at a time, and they're going to do the same. That ripple effect. 2 years ago, there wasn't even a meeting here. Now look at it. What was that, 160% growth? 160% growth in 2 years. Top 5 in all of EMEA. What are there? 54 countries? And we're number 5 here? That's impressive. We're not trying to rescue people. We're trying to anchor in this region, this country. We're staying consistent. We're showing up. Many of you raised your hand. This was not your first rodeo here. You've been here multiple times. We're normalizing this event, and I can't wait for that road show. You guys have been asking, haven't you? And it's time. It's time to expand into these other areas of the UK. Right now, we've got around 4,000 to 5,000 active brand partners. Who is going to be part of doubling that number this year? Who's going to be part of tripling that number this year? Anybody want to quadruple it? Yeah. There's a gold mine out there. Millions and millions of people. Millions just here in the UK. And we are in, like Claudia said, almost 90 countries. So retention flows toward regulated leadership. So there are 3 reasons people stay. When they have belonging, progress, and purpose. Who was here with us in Heathrow when we did the comp plan overview back in June? Yeah, and you're still here right now. You feel like you belong, right? And you've made progress. How many of you feel like you have purpose here with LifeWave? I do. I didn't know I needed LifeWave. I didn't know LifeWave existed. But I found a whole nother purpose in my life because of this, through this, right? Yeah, that grows. This was one of our leadership retreats last summer. We like to do these in our organization 2 times a year. We have one coming up in February, a couple weeks. Deborah's coming over for it. Sharing the Bahamas cruise. Anybody else coming over for the Bahamas cruise? All right, awesome. So we like to do leadership retreats. This is a time to come together, to hang out. We rent mansions in Orlando. We like to have, lots of fun, bring in all amazing food, have time to hang out by the pool, spa treatments, just really getting to sit down, have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine with the people in the organization and make connections. I call it our sideline sisters and brothers. Sidelines getting together. Upline, downline, that's Jules on the far right. Jules is who enrolled Jill. Jules did not know myself or Trey before right when she contacted Jill and said, I'm getting ready to sign up with this lady, I want you to join me. I didn't know her. I didn't know she was going to sign up. She was watching us from YouTube, from Trey's videos that he puts out. And she was searching Facebook and getting to know the different people in LifeWave. Retention is created through the belonging. Knowing people, that constant interaction and connection, and being included without the feeling like you have to perform, like you have to do something. Let's just get together. Let's just have fun. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's watch the sunrise. Of course, David comes in and speaks. We like that too. Get to hear from him. At an event, we always do. But people don't need the hype. They don't need the fake stuff. They don't need the flashy stuff, even though if you know Superman Gary, he does have an incredible Corvette wrapped with LifeWave. Any of you guys know Superman Gary? None of you know Superman Gary? No, that's Ron Rayburn with the headscarf. Yeah, he's in our upline. But Gary, Superman Gary, he is, in my business, my #1 income earner. He's 73 years old. He's my #1 enroller. 7-figure income earner. He does drive a brand new Corvette that he's wrapped with LifeWave. It's so great because he goes with this patch on all over his city in Tampa, goes from networking event to a networking event all day long, just signing people up. He pulls up in the car, he's got the patch. Do you know what this is? Have you seen this? Boom. Come to the meeting. Let's go. You got to learn more about this. Come. We have a lot of patches and Prosecco parties. You guys have those here? I heard somebody say she had her patching party she launched. Yeah. We do it with bubbly. I know. Everyone loves bubbly. Again, it's not forced, but it's there. And people have fun. We get them drunk and sign them up. No, I'm just joking. Just joking. This was last year at the granary. That was fun down by Pullman. So, people stay active when expectations are clear, progress is visible, and their effort is acknowledged. How many of you love recognition? How many of you love just to be recognized? There's nothing wrong with that. For your efforts, right? Whether you sponsored someone, or whether you earned a trip, or whether you showed up and brought guests. How many of you brought guests? Yeah, quite a few of you did. Otherwise, we wouldn't have 25 people that signed up. Those are things to be celebrated, and we love to do that. That creates retention. We do a lot of recognition. I am so fired up about LifeWave's recognition program. Honestly, Brent just got the tote. I'm not giving it to him, but I'm excited to get it. I'm like, dude, get busy. I need that suitcase. I love this suitcase. A lot of my team members are getting the suitcase, and I want the suitcase. I need a carry-on that has LifeWave on it. We should have the ability to buy that stuff. But being acknowledged is important. They always say people work more for praise than they do for raise. Where in your job where you felt rewarded? Where you felt recognized? Where you felt acknowledged? Maybe you are in yours, but most people aren't. And we do in LifeWave. We celebrate those successes. Progress doesn't necessarily mean a rank. It means some kind of movement. We do a lot of stuff where we celebrate just for enrolling a brand partner. Don't we? How many of you guys have been a part of those? Right? Just enrolling someone. That's a success. If you can do that, you build that confidence, you're over that hurdle, you can do it again. You can do it again and do it again and do it again. There's Jill. So when you have purpose, it's going to expand your retention. Help people see who they're helping, why it matters, and how their consistency impacts others. Jill's consistency for 2 years, Ursula's consistency for 2 years, Deborah's consistency for 2 years. The impact is very, very visible in what's happening. Here in the UK, people remain engaged longer, even in the ups and downs of their life. We've all had loss, have we not?
Yeah.
But like Jill said, we got to keep going, right? Your mom's right here in the room. So is your dad. My daughter's right here in the room. We have to keep going through the ups and downs in life. It's part of it. But that community, that connection keeps people in, keeps that retention. That was in Orlando back in July. I thought she was going to attack me. I was like, whoa, here she comes. So we do find that retention drops when people get overloaded. Do you not feel that way? Sometimes you're like literally drinking from a fire hose and the eyes glaze over and they're like, yeah, I'm out. That's too much. So people ask me all the time, you're like, what's your onboarding? What do you do? How do you develop leaders? Baby bite-sized bits. Give people what they ask for. It's real simple to plug into a system, right? We have the system. Reach out to people, invite them, follow up. That is not that hard. But everybody's going to do it at their own pace. When you overload them, they're going to back off. If you're constantly changing direction, I know how I like to build this business. I'm a belly-to-belly person. Yeah, I've got social media, but I refused to do social media for an entire year when I got started. I was super successful in my last company, and we learned social media in that company because it didn't exist before. So we learned it. It took years and years of trial and error to figure out what worked online. And we did it, but we also realized we had to be buried to the phone, like our faces were buried in it. I love belly to belly. I love connecting with people. I love getting out, coffee shops, meeting people, things like this. That's just me. But if you're constantly going this way, that way, squirrel, 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 squirrel. I'm the Patches and Prosecco girl. We'll party online. We're not drinking online, but we'll party on Zoom. We'll party and have patching parties in person. I love to do that because you can see the light bulbs go out, just going off nonstop, right? I can't see if I do a post. I can't see someone's light bulb go off on the other side. But it works. Social media works. You're going to hear from Trey tomorrow. It does work. It's a different kind of work. It's a different kind of commitment. But pick your direction. Pick what you love to do in this and stay consistent with it. You'll retain more people. And we find that retention will drop when leaders disappear after enrollment. If they ghost you. You guys remember Pac-Man? Yeah, if they ghost you, you're obviously not going to keep the retention with them, right? If they're just ghosting you constantly. And then finally, when you only contact people when they want something. So you don't just want to reach out when you have a rank you want to meet or a goal you want to meet. You need to stay in touch with them on a regular basis. Now, I don't mean blow their phone up 24/7, like get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and start messaging them. Unless, they've messaged you the night before. You're working the time zones. That's me. I'm like 6 o'clock. Okay, it's already almost lunch over here. Let me go to the WhatsApp first to respond to those people. I may still catch my California people up. They keep weird hours. But contact people just to say, hey, how are you? How's things going? One of my top brand partners this past weekend, she texted me, she goes, hey, I can't make the leadership Zoom training that you're doing on Tuesday. My daughter's in the hospital. She just had a baby and she's bleeding. I'm like, oh my God, no worries, it's recorded, don't worry about it. So I text her the next day. She popped right into my mind. How's your daughter? Is she okay? Is she good? I didn't text her about getting on that leadership, watching that recording, making sure she knew what was going on, what was the latest updates with corporate. I'm just like, is your kid okay? She just had a kid. She should not be bleeding, right? So have that in your mind too to connect with people outside of just the business. So have consistency over intensity. This may or may not be the water X2O. We did have 2 machines going. Superman Gary and I brought our machines and we had them going non-stop Thursday through Sunday. We pumped out 120 people got to drink the water that weekend. But high retention leaders operate on rhythm, not reaction. So what are you doing weekly? What are you doing monthly? What are you doing quarterly? to be aligned in the vision, your conversations with each other, the education, the recognition, the expectations, the focus. What are you doing? What does that look like for you in your business? Because again, all of our businesses look different. Only you can answer these questions. Anita's not in her pajamas right there. That was her shirt. So is she in her PJs? No. We were getting ready to go out to the pool. Confused people go quiet, and quiet people go inactive. So I want you to ask yourself, can they explain what matters this month? Do they know where to plug in? And do they know you're available? Those 3 questions. If not, then you need to simplify. You got to ask yourself those questions. So finally, retention thrives when activity is optional but visible, encouraged but not demanded, modeled by leadership. You're the leader on day 1. Even if you're not ready for it, you are. So re-engagement is not selling, it's curiosity, compassion, and invitation. Just saying, you crossed my mind. I thought of you. You popped in my head. Wanted to reach out. That matters to people. And it's emotional before it's strategic. Teams unconsciously match leadership energy if you're calm and they feel safe. That nervous system regulation. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to show up and care about people. Lead from your heart. It's built and not forced. And you can't motivate people to do things they don't want to do. You just have to lead by example. Lead by earning the trips. Lead by showing up. Create the vision. Create the future of what is possible for people. That's not bourbon. That's apple juice. It's not about keeping everyone, it's about keeping the right people and supporting their pace. Leaders don't chase the numbers, they create the environments. It's not static. Just like you, your why, your goals, they're not static. It's a standard. It's who you are, it's who you're becoming, and it's evolving through your action. Thank you.
So guys,